Hi there, everyone. This is Coach Celia once again coming to you live here in the Philippines for Business Brews and Beyond's BYOB, Be Your Own Boss Show. This show is all about empowering creative entrepreneurs, freelancers, and everyday people who wants to define their grind and upgrade. Our goal is to create a ripple effect of kindness and support through the power of connection and collaboration. So I hope you stick around for our guest for today who will talk about online networking. Our guest for today is a virtual networking expert and a trainer, an entrepreneur and a global speaker, and has written numerous books. She connects with business owners, coaches, and consultants through an online global referring community at Team Referral Network virtual chapters. She resides in Singapore and serves professionals throughout the English speaking world. A fun fact about Terilee is she has a super girl cape and she's not afraid to wear it. So let's give it up to Terilee, my guest for BYOB. Hi, Terilee.
Oh, Terilee, can you tell us something about yourself?
I can, and if we want to be fun, one fact about me is I have a Supergirl cape and I'm not afraid to wear it. And I'm coming to y'all from Singapore, so we're practically neighbors, sort of,
Yes,
right?
yes. And I have my Wonder Woman here. So we're almost on
Oh,
the
that's
same.
right. I remember. I remember. We're pretty much on the same page. That's right.
Yes. So Terilee, can you define us your grind? What is your passion? What is your purpose? What is the reason why you do what you do?
Oh my goodness, I'm so glad you asked. I tell people that I am obsessed with people, networking, and making connections. I love to meet people, find out what their goals and dreams are, and help almost be a matchmaker, help almost make those connections for them to help them get where they need to go faster.
I think that is why I also gravitate to you. This is what they do here in the Philippines. We try to connect women and people around our community. But with you, it's about online networking. Can you tell us more about online networking?
I can. And if we would have done this interview a year ago, we might have had a whole different conversation because no one would have really known a lot about online networking, right? But since the pandemic has come, I almost call it the Great Awakening. I almost call it like this is when people really were willing to open their eyes and willing to take a look at what this is. And truly, if you loved and we're into face-to-face networking at all, what I have learned is we can actually meet people. The world has become a smaller and smaller place.
Yes.
If I wasn't online networking, we would have never connected. We were
Yes.
connected through someone else who's a connector.
Michelle
And the
Abraham.
right? And Michelle Abraham is incredible. But look, I'm in Singapore. She is in Canada. Here you are in the Philippines.
Yes.
And it just goes on and on and on.
Yes.
And so online networking, while it's newer for some of us, and ironically, I'm celebrating my 2-year anniversary in online networking. So thank you. I'm thrilled to be in the space and have, in a way, navigated some of the waters a little bit ahead of everybody so that I can help offer the best tips and strategies.
Well, that's good because I want to ask about online networking. What do you think is the impact because of the recent pandemic, what's happening right now, and people are now forced to do all this virtual stuff, not doing it face to face, for the business that are in the brick and mortar transitioning. How do you think online networking can help them?
So the one thing for sure, we can do online networking even in our own city, even in our own town.
Okay.
It's right. So it depends on what our needs are. If we're a brick and mortar, we can absolutely still be networking online. It's just that we're not going to be maybe traveling. We might be on our phone, right? We might be on our laptop. We won't be traveling, especially in these days, not knowing if we might be on quarantine or a lockdown or whatever they call it in your area. The thing for most of us, though, is like I know that you do networking in the Philippines. So if you want to network, though, regionally, nationally, internationally, I think that's where the beauty of online networking is. I will have people, right now I'm working with a group of people as an example. They wanted to bridge the gap between introducing UK businesses and South Africa. Well, we're able to do that. We're able to
Wow.
do that. We're able to say to people, hey, you want UK and North America? You got it.
It
And
became borderless, right?
it became, I call it borderless boundaries. So there are the brick and mortars, and they can certainly be helped, but the borderless boundaries, I have a business bucket list that's here on the cupboard above my desk, and I had had it for a long time, my friend, and then I just added it again today, and that's launched Southeast Asia. Because if we don't put our goals down, they don't tend to happen. So
You
I
have to
had it
write it
down.
down.
It hadn't happened, and then as I go to like make South Africa complete and move it to the moved one, I'm like, nope, what's coming next? And so, we don't know if we don't put it out there, right?
Yes, you have to, shout it out to the universe, because at least, somebody might be, helping us conspire everything. Anyway, what I want to ask you now is, because, people are not familiar with online networking. How do they connect with your organization or your business right now, and who will they interact with? Is there any like regular meetups or something? Can you just give us a glimpse of what's happening in your organization?
Absolutely, absolutely. So if people want to be finding me, they could like look for me on LinkedIn. So Terilee Harrison, just like it's spelled, and they can find the organization. Our specific online meetings are at vteamnetwork.com. And what they'll find there is we have a combination. We have weekly referral chapter meetings that, again, you got the concept of the borderless connection. So if we want to be national India, or if we want to be national Australia, you can find different days and times to suit your needs. We also do what I call global gatherings. And the neat thing is I had that name have you ever done this? I know you have, because you're quite a businesswoman. I've had the name Global Gathering before we were even global. Does that, but it's like now it's worthy of the name, like with all the people that show up
Yeah.
from all the countries. And so global gatherings are twice a month, and they are global online networking with speakers. We feature our members as our speakers. I believe in lifting up the community and providing platforms for them to be seen and heard. And lastly, we just have, for those who say, I don't really want a weekly meeting. I would love to be involved in an organization, but not be tied down. I'd like to be able to visit when I want. We have that as well. That's called a community membership.
Wow, those are a lot of activities. Having a weekly referral meeting, global gatherings, and a community, like membership.
Yep.
This is the thing that some of, especially those who are new in the business and
Yes.
who just pivoted and transitioned to the new normal. They're just
Yep.
wondering, who am I going to meet online? Can I trust them? How is
Yes.
your
Yes.
how do you set up this? How do you filter members? Because most of the time you join the community, you try to be with like-minded people, but this is an organization that should be helping your business also to fly. So how do you do that?
That is such a great question. And I have to tell you that the people that have been coming aboard since the pandemic are actually even a high, I hope no one from before is listening, but they might be, but a higher level of business person, and even human being, if you will, than who was coming aboard before. And I don't know whether that's because people are more serious, they're more diving in, but if like attracts like, which I'm sure you believe, the people who are coming aboard as we're growing across globally, I am just stunned at how amazing they are. So there is that level of, we want to make sure you are who you say you are.
Yes.
You talked about who will they find. I think this is another question too. So there are new people, and I want to welcome new people. I believe in no networker left behind. I am so for the brand new person who is new to this, and I'll tell you what I've created for them. But what some of the people you'll find would be, again, the borderless boundary people. So coaches, consultants, right? Small business owners, a lot of people in marketing or health and wellness, people in business services, sometimes like the finance and the money people, right? That's who you may find at our meetings, people who help you, right? put together your courses, people who help you get your book done, the podcast coach, like Michelle, the people who help you with speaking, like all those things, they'll be there. But for the new people, I do, as an example, a weekly online workshop. It's every Sunday night North America time, every Monday morning here for us in our neighborhood, because I want to be consistent in what I do. But I have it is amazing, actually. I was going to say, I want to sound like I'm all that, but yet, you know what? I have taken the time to develop an online library of resources. So any new person coming in could take bite-sized pieces and learn exactly what you need to know about networking. I will never forget when I first came to networking back in 2006. I had brown hair, right? I knew nothing. I went to my first meeting and I felt really stupid. They said, and tell us a little about yourself. And I didn't know we were doing 1-minute business commercials. So I sat there and talked about myself for 3 minutes. They let me do it. And then they all stood up and gave these amazing polished commercials. And I felt so dumb. And I never imagined that one day I'd be teaching people how to do that in the best way possible to get the referrals they're looking for. And so I just really believe in I don't want other people to feel dumb. I want them to feel empowered and that they know what to do.
That's very interesting, Terilee, because so many people are trying to find someone to guide them,
Yes.
to have like a bit of an idea what will happen if they enter like whatever webinars or meetings, online meetings, and when they introduce when they start introducing themselves, they find it very difficult. They will just say so many things that is not connected to whatever they really want to say, right? So you that's interesting. So you help them, create their elevator pitch of some sorts, right?
Absolutely. So I start from even from the very beginning, if you don't even really know some of what goes into it. But my big thing is I'm on a movement, and I made this. I don't know if you know this story. I may or may not have told you, but I talk about the big ask, and the big ask when you're putting even out there on LinkedIn and Facebook what you're looking for. But I had to make this prop because I was online. This is one piece of advice when we're doing global online networking, is that in other countries, they may not understand our accents very clearly. And so, did you know the story? I was networking with some Aussies, and the Aussies didn't hear me put the K. And I was saying, you got to put your big ask out there when you're networking. And I finished my little spiel, and I looked in the chat by the Zoom, and I see someone says, "Are we allowed to cuss here?" And I thought, oh, someone's cussing in the chat. And then I realized they were talking about me. So, but this is huge. This is huge. And I am teaching people all the time, our members, like I do special trainings on this, on being specific, thinking big. If we will put it out there in a way people can hear it, it's stunning what can happen. And we can really get those connections we're looking for. If we're not asking for anything, no one will know what we need, and we won't get the help we need.
That's very true. That's very true. And for people who are looking for someone to guide them,
Yes.
somebody who can mentor, someone who needs, a particular skill or whatever. So if they enter your organization, what should be their expectation when they come in? Immediately they will be welcomed with workshops, or they will have like a floor to talk about their business or something. How does it go? I'm very interested, actually.
Well, I think actually the great thing about your question is it helps people. It does, because sometimes we're nervous to press that button. It's like the old days, we were going to drive or get on the bus, right? And we were going to go walk in a meeting and meet people, and we have our business cards, and it's different now. We got to press that button and go on screen. And here we are, and we don't know who we're going to meet.
Yeah.
A lot of times at my meeting, one hallmark we have is we do start with like an icebreaker or a question of the day. So as they come in, there's going to be that quick, whatever it is, right? Like, what's your favorite app, or just different little things. So there's something going on so that there's not like that dead space. There's people just sitting there, right? And they will have a chance at most every meeting that we host. The global gatherings, sometimes because they're larger, we might put people in breakout rooms, but we will tell you what we're going to do ahead of time, and you would have guidance on this is what you're going to share. The other meetings, you're going to have an opportunity to give a 1-minute business commercial, to hear from a member speaker, and then we'll have an opportunity to pass referrals. You can participate or just say what you liked about the meeting if you're new, because you might be like, I don't know what to say and I don't know these people, right? So our attempt is to guide you through the process. So anyone who pops on a meeting, it's that you always feel like you know what is happening next, and we want you to feel welcome. I certainly remember that first time with my commercial wasn't my only networking bust in the beginning. I was scared. I was scared to go mix and mingle with people. I didn't know, I thought I knew what to do, but it just made me nervous. So I get it. So we're here to support you. And for any of your people, you're asking such great questions. And I just love this. For any of your people that were to message me and say, hey, I heard you on the podcast. Would you send me a workshop on how to do the commercial? I want to be ready when I come. If the commercial, the big ask, right? So it's just if your people were to say, send me this information, I will totally pre-send it to them and get them ready to go. I want them to feel comfortable and welcome.
Also understand here in our country, sometimes most of us are shy to ask or shy to participate because we don't want to be judged, even on a live or online gathering. If somebody, any questions, or do you want to talk about yourselves? Most of them would just, shut up and just say, okay, I'll just chat whatever I want to say. But this is, they're missing out so many things when you're supposed to be connecting to the right person. The right person might be your collaborating partner in some activities or ventures that you're doing, right?
Yes.
This is a very, very interesting organization, and I hope that my viewers will also try to check it out, because most of my viewers also are coming from Freedom Summit Global, who are a bit used to listening to some speakers and coaches. But I think this one is good because they will be, mingling or talking with them, and having a more up close and personal online experience, right? So let me ask you, what is your tip to achieve the right blend in business? Because you've been, going around and you've been talking to several mentors and several people who are giving the right mix, the right blend to set up a business. And I know that for sure doing networking and just being out there, just showing up is a big thing. But can you give me some tips so that our audience will know what are the things that we have to remember to set up the right mix, to set up a business, a good business, and good connections with other people?
Some things that come to mind. My answers may be different from some of the other guests that you've talked to, but one thing that I believe goes even hand in hand with the online networking will be, especially these days, is how we show up online, right? So we might have met we went through networking, but we've seen each other on Facebook. I have found, and you and I remember we chatted several months ago about LinkedIn. If you're in business and you have business owners as your clients, LinkedIn needs to be, I call it LinkedIn is my jam. And I'm on a mission. I decided at the beginning of the year, I mistakenly thought that LinkedIn was for corporate people. It was a boring place to be, and that's not true. And so even this weekend, so at the end of January, I had 1,800 connections. I'd just been really doing nothing for so many years on LinkedIn. And I decided, nope, 2020 was the year. This is pre-COVID. 2020 was the year. And if I wanted to have a global community, I needed a global reach on LinkedIn. So this weekend, we've gone from 1,800 connections to we're going to go over 20,000. And
wow,
that is not by accident. That takes intentionality, grit, being out there. But my thing is, what if the right people can find me? Since COVID, we have launched, we've gone from just being US based to having people in Canada, India, the UK, Australia, working on South Africa, all in just many other like single members from other places that are part of this, and how people find you is so important these days. So I ask you, and in the balance, in the mix, it's how do you show up? Where are you? How do you show up, especially these days? There's so many things we can do organically ourselves.
Yeah.
Sure, some of us can be hiring someone, right? But that's super important. Another thing that comes to mind just in the balancing thing is the importance of getting help. We can't do everything ourselves. So if you're able to even hire someone to assist you even a small bit, you do what you do best, have someone come in to support you. Maybe that's a tech team. Maybe you're not that good at tech, so you're going to have someone come in and support you in some of the tech things. I know some of these things as we're starting off take money, but yet we cannot do everything ourselves. And if I had anything to back it up, it would just be, it's a journey. We have to be patient, learn the things, experiment with what works and what doesn't work, and just be brave. Always be. You asked in the beginning, like, I don't know if it was, what was your why, but remind yourself all the time, what you're about, why you're doing it. And then there's going to be days you don't feel like showing up, but show up anyway. Like when the pandemic hit, and here I was already in this space, right? What happened when the pandemic hit? I had like no competition. Suddenly everyone was here.
Yeah.
Right? But I believe, it's a couple things. I believe that I'm looking for the people who are looking for me. That's one. So, and I believe that there's plenty for everyone. Some people will love us, some people won't, right? So that's important. But I also knew that I was going to show up every day, whether I felt like it or not, that people needed me. There'd be people that were looking into online networking and saying, oh, what is she saying today? What do I need to learn today? So just remember that on the days you don't feel like it, show up anyway. I promise you'll be glad you did. And we want to be there to serve. We want to be there for people, to serve and help lift others up.
Wow, that's so many insights there that I was like writing very fast because but for my viewers I'll be putting in some notes under the caption because I know that you would also want to, remember what Terry Lee is telling us and sharing with us. But what I really like about what you said is about showing up and being very, very intentional with your actions. Like for LinkedIn, for me also, I never realized that LinkedIn would be something that would help me. I was just, always on Facebook, on Pinterest, and Instagram.
Yes,
But
yes.
but when actually it's the last time I was talking to you, you were like telling me that oh you have to explore LinkedIn, and those are the things that we learn from mentors, from people who are actually walking the walking, talking the talk, right?
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
I have so many insights right now that I want to share to the community, and I'm really thankful that Michelle Abraham, one of my good friend from Freedom Summit, introduced me to you because
Me too.
I hope that I can also send some people to the organization. I myself am interested because we are all doing things globally. Yeah, we're thinking global, but we're
Hmm.
doing it local, acting as
Yes.
locals. Okay, so whatever our skills are, whatever we're doing right now locally, our market is always on the global platform. And having
Yes.
someone, an organization to support you and to, give you, for some reason, there are people who are really shy to ask, but they
Mm,
need to learn the ropes. They need to learn the ropes, and no better way to ask those. No better way to do it but to ask the professionals, because if you're going to ask anyone and whatever opinion of anyone around you, you
yes.
might just be wasting your time. You just have to
Mm.
go with the professionals and the people who already know what they're saying. And I'm really happy that I was able to connect with you, Terry Lee. So now I just want you to let me know how can they get in touch with you. Is there any how much if there's a membership of some sorts, or how can they try? How can they be part of the community? This is something that I feel like our community will benefit so much because they need connections outside the country. They know they have the skill, they know they have the capacity to help, but they need some connections. So, how do we get in touch with you, and how do we be part of this organization?
Awesome. Awesome. Great question. Thank you so much. So I recommend that you find me on LinkedIn. I will be the only Terilee Harrison, especially with the gray hair, right? And again, you can look for some of our meeting days and times depending on where you all are located, what time zones you're in, right? We'll have some that are better for you than others. You can find some of those listings at vteamnetwork.com, but please tell me, hey, I heard you on the podcast. Please, I want some more information. I'll be glad to personally serve you. I would be delighted to do that. There, you can do many things. You can absolutely visit and check us out at no charge. You can visit several meetings, visit one of our events, and if you decide you like what is happening, there is a monthly fee. And do you like me to spell that out now or no? Would that be helpful or no?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
that will be helpful
Okay.
because the people around are really scouting for some support and communities that they would want to be part of.
Okay, and I want to speak because depending on where you're from and what your currency is, we also have some ability to help people in a coupon code to assist some people to make it more palatable for different currencies. Okay, so without a coupon code, we are at 37 USD a month.
Okay.
With a coupon code right now, $30 USD a month. For anyone who is taking a look, I don't want to, and you would need to contact me for that code. I don't want you not to visit because that's not in the budget right now, okay? I get it that, like, especially, I don't know how wide your audience is in the Philippines, but I'm very familiar with the peso, and I want you to know that I am here to help. Like, we would want to do everything we can to mentor. You know, it is quite interesting because we offer this additional help in several countries, including like India and South Africa. But sometimes I have people, because there is an option like to save a couple months and pay in full for a year. And I'm surprised that sometimes like the people from India totally do that. So we never know, but what I'm here to do is assist people. If you need extra help, I will come alongside and assist you because I believe in helping you get where you need to go.
Yeah. And just like today, I saw a post from one of my colleague that's a speaker that they say that price is never an issue if value is there. And I think that there's
Correct.
so much value in being part of an organization that will help you elevate yourself, right? And put you in the global platform. So
Yes.
I'm super happy that I was able to talk to you, Terilee, and you were able to, explain how we can help some of the entrepreneurs who especially who just pivoted and is now bouncing back. They need
Yes.
someone, they need someone to help them and to also give them some support with regards to online networking and all those things that can help them get some clients, get some good mentors, and a support community, a support group that will, be regularly be there for them, hanging around like-minded people. So I'm so happy. If you have anything else to share with us, I would really appreciate it because I've learned so many things from you today, showing up, being patient and, finding, the right community through the network. So if you have other, some tips or last words for us because I would really want our viewers to get in touch with you because this is something that they should try. $37, $30, that's what. That's like a Zoom account or a StreamYard account.
It
But
is.
StreamYard will not give you,
No.
all the mentorship, all the connection. But with that payment, that can I just ask what is inside that membership? Can you give us an idea? Like if I pay $30,
Yes.
$37,
Yes.
what is the expectation with that membership? What is
The
included in
expectation.
that?
I think that's a really valid point. So number one, if you are interested in a weekly referral meeting, it includes that chapter membership. If you're someone who says, no, I can't do the weekly thing, I would just love to show up at the events, you can do that too. So either way, you can pick, I want a chapter, or I would just want to be active in the events. And then secondly, if you go to our main website for our company is teamreferralnetwork.com. And I've been in the online space with Team for 2 years, but Team is an 18-year-old company. I've been with them 14 years. So I don't want everyone to think, oh, this is a brand new gig. No, it's actually not. I've been teaching back when I made my networking mistakes, my first mistakes when I felt dumb a long time ago, right? But you have a listing there. So even like the SEO from that listing, this is no guarantee, but I have people that their listing pops up like with LinkedIn and Facebook, and that's a pretty big deal. We want great listings like that. We want people searching for us to find us. Yes. So you have that listing as well. I am all about promoting people. So again, it's my members like, oh my gosh, would we love to have you be a speaker at one of our events? Of course we would, right? But I love to feature you in live streams, put you on panels, have you speak at our events. We invite you to go live and teach in our groups, where we have a free group that's growing. It's a thriving, growing group of people globally. And then we have our exclusive members group. And I think that the other thing is I'm all about gifting for our members. We talked about the online resource library that takes you from beginning to all these steps. And just recently,
That alone is value, too much value already.
Oh, that alone already, right? But like last month, I hosted LinkedIn Week, and we had 5 experts share.
Wow.
We had 5 experts share. That's archived and waiting for you. We just did an event yesterday, and like the money mindset panel that spoke, I was so impressed. And so I am transcribing that to make an ebook as a gift for the members. And it's just all about the value and the learning. So this next, after first of the year, I don't think we'll do like a whole Instagram week, but we might, right? So those are things that would be for members only, just our extras, our exclusive bonuses on top of all the networking opportunities. I think the one you've mentioned, and this is super important, our collaboration partners. This is when we really can make a difference and have a bigger impact in the world, when we team up with people. Like you and I potentially have an opportunity to grow our relationship and help impact so many more people in such a positive way. This is one sample. I don't know if you all can see that, but you're going to have opportunities for the people who visit to find your perfect collaborative partners. And we teach on this all the time. So if this is a new concept to you, the idea of power partners, how to reach them, how to connect with them, what do you say when you find them, how do you build that relationship? I talk to people about, sometimes it's like dating. And so I meet someone, I think, oh my gosh, she's fantastic. And I'm sitting here talking to them on Zoom, and I almost want to like ask them to marry me on the first date. And that's wrong. And that's wrong, right? Have you ever felt that way? You're like, oh my gosh, this is so good. But it's like, but again, you gotta be patient, like, and say, do I want to have a second date? Do I want to further commit? Where can we take this? What can we do? But these are the things we teach. It's not just, hey, come to one meeting. It's about, let's build long-term relationships.
Actually, you telling us that is good, because of some of the people, when they go to like meetups or minglers or networking, nights, especially on live, they think that the first time that you meet them, there should be like spark already, which will not happen. And also, they're afraid of that. If they talk about their business or their product, they might be talking to the competition. I'm a firm believer of
Oh,
collaboration over competition, because if you try to collaborate more, you get bigger, right? And having that in intentionally going to a group or a network or an organization that's helping you to achieve more, instead of uh, competing with each other, that's a good way to help your
it
business, right?
is. It is. It is. I guess I have a lot of failure or weird stories from the old days, but I mistakenly for many years thought I didn't need to talk to my competition. And now I ask to meet my competition. I'm like, please introduce me to other people who run networking groups around the world. We don't know. We don't know what niche I serve, what niche they serve, and how we can team up.
How you can collaborate, because
Yes.
the problem, I'm always judging for pitching competitions. And so many people are afraid to pitch in their ideas because they are afraid that somebody might like get the idea or something. But no, ideas are, everywhere. It's
Yes.
how you execute it and how you find the right team, how you find the right collaborating partner. And the only way to do that is to show up.
The only way, yes.
Yes.
Yes. So always be open to seeking out your competition. Always press that button and show up on screen. Here's the thing. If you're at a meeting and it really isn't a fit for you, guess what? It's easier than face to face when you would have had to get up and walk out of a room.
Yeah.
It's easier. You can always mute. You can always go off camera. I recommend when we network, we're always on, we're always present, right? But let's say that it actually wasn't your people. It is so okay. It is so okay to, I would say just visit. Just, and the other thing I think is these days we can get zoomed out. Yes, right? When we all first went on what we in Singapore called circuit breaker, everyone had their name for it, right? But this was back in March. I was like, hey, everybody's home, so let's just work 7 days. No one was going anywhere. We all had time on our hands, but I quickly burn out. So then,
yes, that's true.
I
need some self-care every time.
Yeah, so I learned that quickly. So then I quit booking Zooms on the weekend when I could. It's like, nope, I'm going to go off camera for 2 days. Yes. And I have just gradually, because of the Zoom issue, backed off my calendar. So even like my booking calendar now, I don't, people taught me this. I didn't come up with this myself. Like 2 days a week, I don't take appointments. The other days, I will actually put space in between the appointments so that I can have a better quality of life. I'm not completely freaked out and on screen all day long. Yes.
The right time for you, because if you're forcing yourself, because 7 days you're at home, you have 24/7 connection, but you're not you're just existing. You're not living.
No.
Yeah. You have to take care of yourself. You have to find also give value and find value for yourself. Yes, and I believe that. Yeah, because of the pandemic, everybody's like, not everybody, but most of us are, for one point or another, are burnt out because of what's happening, right?
Yes,
and
absolutely.
but the good thing about it is because it is borderless now.
Yep.
And the boundaries just got crushed, and all these things. We felt that, I cannot meet them because they're in a very, very far place, or I cannot do this business with them. But with things like organizations like this, it opens up opportunities. The opportunities, the possibilities are endless, right? Because
it is.
so many things. I myself, I'm a branding strategist. I'm a graphic designer. But before, I was not really practicing that anymore because I was speaking around and I was like doing some production. But because of the pandemic, when I tried to open up my studio again, I got several accounts outside the country. And who would ever thought? And that's because no more borders. Before, I used to go out of the country to work. Now I'm just sitting here in my office and just doing what I do best.
Yes, isn't it amazing? It's sometimes I think I need to get out more, right? I'm like, but yet with my relationships and my connections, I travel all the time. I joke with my husband about my commute. I'll say, I'm heading off to the UK and Australia, and I'll see you in a couple hours. It's crazy, but crazy good. And the interesting thing for all of us is this was available to us before.
But we didn't,
we didn't take advantage.
Yes.
We didn't take advantage. If I had one thing to say for your people, and that's, don't be afraid. I mean, believe me, I had times that I was talking to people and it'd be like they would tell me where they were located and I would be Googling. I'd be like, where is that? I don't know where that is, you know, or I would just say, you know, you're my first friend from Istanbul. Tell me what the business climate is like there. That people love to tell you that. Don't be afraid to say that. Don't be afraid to say, I'd love to learn more about such and such. Would you teach me? People are so willing and they're so friendly. And you know, they've always said it's not what you know, it's who you know. What you know is important, but this is just like the same now. We all have, when I tell you that we've launched in these countries and this is what we've done in the last, you know, 6, 7, 8 months, this is possible for everyone, and it's all based on who I knew. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's very true. You know, when also, it's also because when you're collaborating or you're within the area or within the vicinity of people who are looked up to or who has the credibility to, you
Yes.
know, make
Yes.
things happen,
Yes.
people gravitate to you, and I'm a believer of that because we try to create a very very good credibility for ourselves, for our business. And all the more it's important now in the virtual economy because they don't see us. There's no face to face. And how can you prove it? So many people has to prove for you. You cannot just give a business card and that's it, or
Yeah.
they see you. No, that's not, they see your office. It's not enough anymore. So many people have to vouch for your credibility. And having
Yes.
a network, having an organization to back you up is a good thing, right?
It's an
And
amazing
that's
thing.
why I'm interested with whatever help uh, your organization can offer or assist or support the community that I'm with, and also
Mm.
me to elevate also my global, you know, connections, because I'm always in the search for, in the lookout for speakers, for mentors,
Yes.
for my global
Yes.
summits. Last time I
Yes.
had 44 speakers in 14 countries. Yeah,
Yes.
14 countries in 4 continents. And we talk about the road to freedom.
Mm.
And we had very, very big viewership for 3 days. And that's around 35,000 people
It's
who watched.
amazing.
Yeah. And I never thought that people would be so hungry to understand what's happening now, how they can transition. Somebody should help them. Somebody should give them like an idea to transfer to something because at a certain point they're stuck. They cannot leave their house, they cannot travel anywhere. There's so
Right.
many lockdowns, but they
Yep.
have skill. So those are the, I think, the biggest factor that gave me so many viewership that last June. And
Mm.
last year, I was able to do 50 speakers with several partners in five from 5 continents, and we did it for 5 countries in Southeast Asia. We
It's
went
so
around,
good.
yeah, and
Yes.
only when you go around and you show up and you collaborate and you try to venture with other people, you realize that, oh, you're thinking alike and you like to work with them, and you realize that there's so many things that you didn't know that can help you, you know, propel your business. And I'm really grateful that I was able to guest you to my BYOB, Be Your Own Boss show, because so many people would benefit from this. So,
Mm.
Terry Lee, can you give us some last words for the people who might want to join in again? And can you give us again your contact details? But we're going to put it under the ticker there. But yeah, I'm giving you the floor so that you can invite them to this amazing, this awesome community
Oh, thank you
that
so much.
hopefully I will be in a minute or so.
You know, I thank you for the opportunity to visit with you again and
Yeah.
to be able to chat with your people. So again, if you want to connect with me, find me at Terilee Harrison on LinkedIn. You can see a list of some of the days and times of our meetings at vteamnetwork.com. And then I have a gift for your audience. If they've listened to this far or they're seeing the ticker, I will get you the link. I would love to gift you my latest ebook, and that is How to Make Online Networking Work for You. So
Oh
I
my
will give
God,
you,
that's
I'll
so
give you the link.
cool.
I'll give you the link to put at the bottom. So for your audience, that's just a little sample of some of what we teach and all the things we describe, the online resource library, even like the bonus LinkedIn week. If you're saying, oh my gosh, hey, I need some of that. These are the types of things that we're here to share with you. And I would just be absolutely delighted to meet you all, learn about your business, and see what we can do to lift you up and help get what you're doing out into the world. We have so many extraordinary people that have amazing services, gifts, and talents, and we want to help you get the word out and build the right relationships so that you can really serve the people that you desire to serve.
Yes, that's amazing. That's amazing. That's also one of my advocacy to connect people to the
Yes.
right communities, to the right mentors, and doing this, we're helping the economy or our nation grow, or we build more business, we build more, collaborating ventures, and I'm really happy that there are so many people, especially now within my circle, who are aligned to the vision that I'm really, really
Yes.
like pushing for. And I really hope that we can join join in some of our community members, and let's just try it out and find out how meeting people globally. Because at the end of the day, we are always in the search for the right mentor, the right business partner, or the right client. And who knows, one sitting, or if you explain whatever business that you have, maybe somebody is looking for that one, and you'll never know what happens next. And the point is, you have to step forward, because if you don't step forward, the answer will always be no. But if you step forward, it will be yes, it will be no. And that's for you to find out. And the only way to do it is to show up, and just to be there. Show whatever it is that you're offering to the world. And I think Terilee Harrison can be the best person to help us, connect to the global
Mm,
platform. Thank you, Terry Lee.
I
I
thank you.
really,
I'm so
I'm
delighted.
so happy. I'm so happy that I guested you here in my show, because super super value bombs that you gave us, and super insightful, ideas, how to connect, how to show up, and how to be part of a community where everyone is lifting each other up to empower one another, right?
That's right. That's right.
Thank you, Terry Lee, and
Thank
I
you.
hope to see you again soon. And when I see you, I hope you're wearing the cape, okay?
Okay, I'll wear mine when you wear yours. Okay?
Okay,
Okay. Bye
bye.
bye.
Okay. Thank you for our viewers today. For those who are listening into the podcast, I hope you learn a lot. And I really think that we should all be stepping up our game right now, because our clients are not just in the local scene anymore. We can promote our business, our skills, and whatever things that we can offer in the global platform. And being in a community or in an organization that will help us with the tricks and tips of the trade, I think that would help us to, accelerate our success, story. So this is Coach Celia once again for Business Brews and Beyond's BYOB show. Be your own boss. I hope you learned a thing or two today from our guest, Terilee Harrison. She gave us so many value bombs and insightful ideas on how to show up, how to be intentional with connecting and collaborating with people around you, especially on the online platform. I hope you use whatever learnings that you got today. And in a world where you can be anything, just be kind. So, again, this is Coach Cell. Stay safe, and I hope we all try it. Bye.